In a world of podcasts, one rises in the night to destroy them all. The elder god in an ocean of noise, the Cthulhu of the airwaves. This is Spoiler Country.
Welcome back to what?
We've been recording the whole time.
I know we should have. No, this will be my intro. Is that the last
thing? I'm sitting back.
Yeah, no. We're good. This is Spoiler Country. I'm Melissa Sercha. I'm here with Kwasi Thomas from Snowpiercer. He's back again to discuss the new season 3, which I have to keep reminding myself of actually, because I feel like the seasons are so intense and long. I feel like it's like season 5 or 6 for some reason. So I'm like, God, only season 3.
A lot happens per season for it. So that makes sense. There's like 2 seasons a season.
Yeah. So I'm like, I have to keep checking. But welcome back. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, it's been about a year, maybe a little less than a year than we did the first interview.
I think the last season premiered in January of 2020.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. And it's 2022 now. I mean, we've talked since then, but the interview.
Or January 2021, I guess.
It must have been 2021.
Yeah.
I think. I don't even remember. The last 2 years is a blur.
Right?
Yeah. Well, congrats on the new season.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I watched the episode on Monday and it was amazing. And I have lots of thoughts. As I was telling you, I wrote down really random exclamation.
I know it was there was a lot. I noticed that with I didn't really catch it the first season, but season 2 and now this one, they pack so much in that first episode.
Mm-hmm.
Right, because they're like half catching you up and half like making sure that there's enough new storyline.
Yeah. And it said, like, in the beginning, it said it was 6 months later.
Yeah.
So that was cool. Kind of just like jump us ahead a little bit, but like still people are like, my first question, I was really confused.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure we'll all find this out as it goes on. I was like, who is on what train?
Right.
Because the finale, you kind of just see like Ruth's face in the window, like just looking super sad and disappointed, and the train's breaking apart. And so that was my big question. I was like, okay, who ended up where? And so, I was just trying to figure it out. I feel like I have it kind of figured out, but
David, or I guess I'll use character names. Leighton, Audrey, Till, Melanie's daughter,
right,
and they're all on they're all on Big Alice.
Okay.
They took Big Alice and they buggered off to go do a thing, and everybody else is on Snowpiercer, and Snowpiercer is like freezing. It's running on like very low energy or whatever, so it's like freezing.
Yeah.
But they took Big Alice, and for some reason that one's running super hot.
Yeah, I was very confused, but I was freezing watching, to be honest. Like, it was cold in my house to begin with, so I was like really cold. Like, I felt for you guys.
All those huge ice chunks that were like chipping off and stuff like that. Yeah.
But like you were saying earlier before we hit record, you said it was like August, right? So
I think when we started shooting that. Yeah, we normally start shooting somewhere between like March and early summer. So I think all of that stuff we did like somewhere in the like July, August department.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're just pretending to be really cold, which is
acting.
You're such a good actor. Such good
for background. Acting is for actors.
That's right. They're like, give me summer, give me winter. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, for anyone that's going to be watching this probably on YouTube, we are actually recording this on January 26th. The Christmas tree in the background is the tree that I have not taken down yet.
You know what's funny though? I've been staring at it, and at no point did I think it was weird that you still had your tree up. I was just like, I'm at this place where it's just like, you know what? whatever anyone wants to do to keep themselves happy and festive.
Right? Yeah, I just like Jedi mind tricked you. You're like, it's
Didn't
Christmas
think anything of
still.
it.
Yeah. No, I've done a couple interviews where I've, been a guest on a couple shows and people are like, wait, is that a Christmas tree?
And
like,
it's lit up and everything too. It's not just kicking it there. Like you're maintaining.
Yeah, I lit it up. I'm like, it's gonna be festive, it's gonna sparkle and
Working.
Great ambiance. Yeah, for sure. So if anyone's like, oh, they didn't film this when they said we did. It's just I didn't.
I hold up a newspaper with the date.
with a date on it. Can you imagine? Oh my god. So we know who's on what train now. Okay, so the first scene, you like come out of this like container room thing, so you're under the train, right?
Yeah, basically we're me and Pike and Strong Boy and a few of us, we're our job, because apparently 6 months later we have these like little tasks jobs and stuff, and our job is just to keep breaking ice and keep ice from building up on the pipes and stuff and the machinery of the train under, like we're sub train, right?
Yeah.
So that little hatch brings me out to the main floor, the lobby of the train.
The main floor, the foyer.
Yeah, the vestibule of the
Oh my god. And the little girl, she's so cute, that she like opens the hatch and whispers and she's adorable. Is she fun to film with, or is she
she's so great. And I mean, obviously I'm going to say that about a child, but the truth be told, like she's so good at her job. There's going to be some scenes with her later on that are really going to break your heart.
Okay.
She they give her a good chunk of work in this season, and she's so incredible. And like, it's weird. Like you asked me this about any of them, and I'm saying the same stuff, but I'm talking about like a 7-year-old girl here, right? And she is so professional. That's awesome. And she's going, if she sticks with it, she's going to blow us all out of the water. Like she's a little Jodie Foster, I swear to you. Wow. So cool. I remember one time, I don't know if I told you this is probably going back to the early season 2, but it was end of the day. We're all a little tired, and got little Emma there and try to keep her occupied in front of us. Like, oh, Emma, I'm a little tired. Do you think you can do my lines for me? Just messing around with her. And she looks at me dead in the eye. She's like, probably.
She's like, yeah, pretty much. I can have your job and your job.
Yeah. So that's like one of the best things that's ever happened between her and I, but she's really, really great to work with.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I know, because I've heard like some actors, they've said, oh, like animals and children are like the hardest or the most challenging, to work with. But I guess it depends on the animal and the child.
It certainly does. And it depends on the project as well, I think. Because I've worked with both animals and children on like TV shoots and commercials.
Okay.
Right. Now in commercials, you're not necessarily working with a kid that wants to be an actor. Right. Normally their parents kind of, oh, I have a cute kid. They put them up for some kind of audition, whatever. Next thing you know, they're on set and they have no understanding of the repetition and the angles and the this and that and whatnot. Or an untrained animal, an animal that hasn't been like trained for set.
Right. Yeah.
That's terrible. That really prolongs the day. And you can't get mad. It's a kid and an animal. What are you going to do, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But I've worked with both on film sets and on television sets where like the animals are trained actors, so to speak, trained animal actors. And so are the children. They've probably been in a bunch of things already. They know how it works. They love doing it. Mm-hmm. Those kids, just like Emma, like it's incredible to watch someone so young know more than me about this business and about how this all works, because
well, they have like less inhibitions too, they don't have like the nerves and the anxieties that we have as adults, especially like if you're under like really young, I think teenagers, they start to get their insecurities, but like little kids, I feel like they just are like, I'll just do whatever, say whatever. And, and it's like fully like unleashed, no holding back. So that probably adds to it. Right.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
And for
they don't get in their head about anything, you know.
Exactly. And for those who are going to listen and watch that might are not familiar, you play Zrak on Snowpiercer. You've been on since day one, episode one, scene one.
Yep.
There. You're the veteran of Snowpiercer.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to go through these notes because I'm like, I had to write stuff down because they were all
I'm
like,
excited to hear the questions.
Sporadic. So okay, are you still eating those bug bricks?
No, we're not.
Okay.
Because we have somewhat found some kind of balance, or at least, you know, before the altercations happened at the end of season 2. But no, we're not eating bug bricks anymore because we've opened up the train. It's one train now. Everyone has access to everywhere.
Okay.
I obviously haven't seen all of season 3, so I don't know how that's all working out.
Right. Yeah, I think the food is pretty scarce though, right? At this point.
It wasn't meant for everybody, but no, I think we're all off the bug bar diet.
Okay, cool. Because I was like, you're down there, you're out of the train, you like see a little bug, you're like, old times.
Like, yeah, for old times' sake.
Right. You might need them actually when the food runs out.
It's good protein.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, there's a lot of cultures that's what they do. You know, they fry them up, put some salt and pepper on them, I guess, right?
I don't think they took the time to fry up our bugs. I
right.
Think
just like molded them.
Just
put some like super glue.
One for you.
Right. Yeah, and I didn't even know like the what do you call it, the symbolism of them. I didn't even know what they were, and I think it was Aaron Glenade that told me that they're from the movie, like the actual movie Snowpiercer explains them more, because the show doesn't actually really tell you what they are.
No, well, I suppose like just with the movie and the show being sort of like parallel universe, not like one really continuing the other. They just assume you'll figure it out. You'll educate yourself on it if you watch the movie. But they dive into that in the movie as to how they come together with those bars and how they make them and why and all of that. But
Interesting. I'd love to see like someone from the movie make a cameo. Like that would be really cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I know you can't say anything.
Get a little Chris Evans in there.
Yeah, a little Captain America.
Yeah.
Just show up to
try to fight him right away.
Right. Just like assert your dominance.
Yeah,
You're like, this is my show. You have the movie, buddy. All right.
You're so 2013. Get out of here. Right. Get out of here, Chris Evans.
Like it just, you're already like got your Marvel thing. Yeah.
That's an interesting suggestion though. I wonder if that's come across like anyone's mind in like the writers' room or anything like that.
I'm curious, because there was a lot of really, good people on that, I guess, good actors.
You have to like wonder though how we would get them on the train. It's not like we have a lot of turnover, right?
Right.
Like,
well, they could be hiding, right? Because there's so many people on there and we don't see all of them all the time. You just see the main cast, and it's kind of, what I was thinking, it's like The Walking Dead, for example. The Walking Dead gets away with adding all these characters all the time because the universe is, like the outposts they live in, right? You'll see like random people kind of walk in the background, but then all of a sudden the next season it's like, oh, there's this main character and it's like somebody famous that's come on, and like they've been here the whole time, and you're like, have they?
Well, I mean, the thing is though, they're outside. We're still dealing with the whole world in the Walking Dead, right? It's like they can pick anyone up from anywhere. Like, oh, I've been walking from Alaska this whole time.
Right.
I just got here, But like we're in an enclosed train.
That's true. You could have somebody hiding.
Yeah.
You never know.
In the first episode, you see Leighton bringing someone back from that little compound that he's exploring. So that's one way to get someone new on the train, But
exactly. Yeah, I thought it was Melanie at first, and then I realized no. Because I saw the preview for next week.
Yeah,
and in the preview, at first they make you think it's Melanie, and then the preview kind of spoils it because you're like, oh wait, that's a totally different actress. And so Melanie
I've talked to them about their previews. It's like, you guys can't give stuff like that away, man.
Right.
It's like these clips are too much. But if it had ended with just Leighton carrying a body, then we'd be wondering who it was at least for another episode, right?
Exactly. But now I'm like, oh no, it's this new chick.
Yeah.
But although the scene with them, I was like, well, Melanie learned kung fu, or you know what I mean? Because I'm like, she was kicking his ass, and I'm like, I don't think that's Melanie. But maybe it could have been, I guess, if she's just so
They
like
could have at least let us think it was.
right. Exactly. We should
Right?
I'll
Now we
send
still we still don't know.
yeah, now we have no clue.
Yeah.
So I wrote down hot baths OMG.
Hot baths OMG.
Hot baths. Yeah.
Hot
So
baths. Ooh,
hot baths.
yeah, those are dangerous.
I had a feeling something was up, when Pike's like, oh, I got you this token so you can take a hot bath. And I was like, oh no, I don't know if this is a good idea. And sure enough, she's like soaking in the tub and the psychos come in.
She doesn't even get a full bath. She doesn't even get to like finish up.
No. And then she got like just slayed with like mud and dirt and
That was not mud and dirt.
Okay, so that's what I was going to ask then, because was it like excrement?
That was not mud and dirt. That was excrement.
It was. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously it was some kind of movie magic as far as shooting it goes, but that is oops. That is
So that was shit.
Yeah, that was shit. It was a lot of wet, gross shit.
Poor actress. I mean,
and there was a dude next to her. I can't remember his name right now. He's really cool, but you want to hear something really cool about that scene?
Yeah.
So our director, kind of executive producer, Christoph Shrew, right? Great guy, really, really great guy, great leader. And it was the last shot of that day.
Okay.
And he, after we got the shots that we needed and everything, he's very big on not having people do things that he wouldn't do himself.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So after we got the shots, after we got the angles, after we slang the poop on Andrea and the other guy, he got into a robe and went up on that stage and let us all throw poop on him.
No.
Yeah. And he's like, get it, just come on. Yeah. And it was one of those things where it's just like, you didn't have to do that. We already know you're an awesome dude. You really didn't have to do that. But the fun and the morale and the leadership that showed was just, it was like, I'd never seen anything like it before,
That's awesome.
And it was really tough to do all of that, because it's like, we know it's fake, but this is throwing shit on a person.
Great team building.
And then he goes up and does it himself. Give me a second.
That's so cool. Yeah.
Bang. Anytime someone walks through the front door, he freaks out. Sorry about that.
That's okay. That's what as we were saying, that's what dogs do.
Yeah.
You'd have like a squirrel and it'd be like, what? Right?
And Emily, sorry about that.
It's all good. No, I think that's really cool. That's like a cool team building, exercise, right? To like basically throw shit at your boss.
I mean, who doesn't want to do that?
Right?
Tell me you didn't have a boss at some point that you just wanted to.
Oh my God. I've had many, yes.
Right?
Many bosses. Yeah.
Ironically, he's the first boss I've had that I didn't want to do that.
Right. You felt bad.
Yeah.
Well, that's great though. That he was willing to, take one for the team. I think that's fun. Yeah. Did you guys get it on like video? Like
I actually do have it on video.
Nice.
I have it on my phone somewhere.
Nice. Does he like forbid you to release it?
He hasn't specifically said that.
I mean, because it's kind of like, when the football, sport ball, whatever, they win like a game. Yeah, I don't know.
Sorry, sport ball?
Yeah, I'm sport ball, I'm stealing
like
that.
When they dump the Gatorade on the coach?
Yes. They dump.
It's very much like
it's kind of like that. So maybe like the season finale, like to celebrate, you can be like, I'm releasing this video of everything.
And I'll tell you what, if they ever decide to somehow get me off the show, which I hope they never do. I want to do 27 more seasons.
Exactly.
But if somehow they off me on the show, that's when I'll do it.
It's your
and it won't be out of retaliation. It'll just be like, I don't have anything to lose.
You're like, I'm good. You're not paying me anymore. So
behind the scenes poop shots.
That's what you can take to like the bargaining table, right? When you're like renewing your contract, you're like, well, I do have this video.
Like, or
this is the alternative. Yeah, totally.
He'll be like, okay.
He'll be like, nice try.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh my God, so funny. Yeah, so the hot baths, I was literally mortified. It just I didn't know what was gonna happen. Obviously I thought they were gonna like drown her or just Wilford and his baths, like he has a history of doing weird stuff in bathtubs. So I don't know what that is about. And it's interesting too, because Wilford is not looking so clean right now. Like he could use a bath.
He could, but he's on Snowpiercer, so
yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess where his quarters right now, there aren't a bath. Like even, wait a second, where are they? That she had a bathtub.
Yeah, she had a bath. Well, but she had to have like a token for it. But you think like Wilford.
Yeah, you think he would have access to that and no one else.
Right. Because he's like rules the tokens, I would assume.
Token master.
Yeah, he's Willy Wonka. Remember we talked about that.
We did. Oh man, that was a stretch. Like I saw what they were trying to do, but that was a stretch.
But it's like a thing. Like if you Google it, there's like a lot of people that believe this like conspiracy theory that.
Actually?
Yeah.
Because I remember like the one guy that put that video out, and in the cast we were all like, what do you think? You think this anything wrong? I didn't know that it caught on.
Oh yeah. That's how I found out about it, because I was like, what's going on with this? And then there was that scene that was in, it very much looked like a Willy Wonka scene. So I thought that was maybe the writers like kind of had fun with it a little bit, just to kind of stir the pot up a little bit. But yeah, I mean, Wilford is the token master.
Fair. Yeah, you know what? I didn't really give it that much thought, but yeah, maybe. These writers are crazy. Writers are weirdos, man.
Right, you never know. But it doesn't explain, like you said, why he isn't taking a bath.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird.
Or why he wasn't aware that people were taking baths at all, right? Because she can't be the first one.
Right, exactly. Like clearly Pike has this whole thing where he's, I don't know, getting the tokens.
You catch the little flirtiness with Pike and Ruth.
Okay, yes. I wrote that. I said loving Ruth and Pike, and I am shipping them. They are like so adorable. He's
dropping game and she's picking it up.
She really is. She's like, I've been alone for a while, and
a lot can happen in 6 months.
Oh my goodness. I think like, are they dating? Are they gonna date? Like, what's happening? What do you know?
No idea. No idea. I don't read scripts, and I
you don't even watch the episodes that you have. I was like, wow, I would have been so bad about that if it was me.
I mean, I didn't rewatch it, but I saw what I saw. I was like, oh, these two. And honestly, in real life, they kind of make a cute couple because there was a lot of hanging out between those two this season. But I think like when I look at them together, it's like, oh damn it, you guys are fucking adorable.
They are so cute. And they're so both
adorable together.
What's funny too is like they're both like their characters are so intense, or have been intense, right? Like they've both had their psycho moments of like where, even as an audience, like you hate them at one point. And now I love both of them. But they bring out this like softer side of each other. Like
it's this vulnerability you haven't really seen from them. Maybe a little bit with Ruth, but not with Pike at all, right?
Yeah.
So this vulnerability is coming out. And again, right off the top, because that first episode, they just pack it all in. So it's just like, hey, look, this is what's happening. You make of it what you will,
Yeah, no, I like it. And I also think that like if they do end up being like a couple, they're gonna be like, if someone does piss them off, like together as a couple. Oh my God.
If it happens, they're a power couple for sure.
Yeah, like just run, like don't get in their way. So funny.
Frozen arms and stabbings. That's all you have coming to you.
Exactly. He'll like hold the thing open while she shoves the arm in, and
that's real love.
It really is.
Real love.
It is true romance.
The couple that murders together.
Stays together.
Nurtures together.
For sure. They're gonna raise little Emma together.
Yeah. Why not, right? Season 5.
She'll be like, what is it? Bonnie and Clyde, like a more psycho Bonnie and Clyde.
I mean, I'm surprised she hasn't completely lost her mind by now, right? Like,
oh gosh. Well, I mean, I think she kind of has. I really, in a sense, like I feel like there's sort of like this like separation of reality. You know what I mean? I mean, I think everybody probably has. Like if they talk about this new Eden, right? This new world, possibly.
Now we're not sure about that yet, right? Like, is it something that David just saw in his mind, or is it something that's actually happening?
Exactly. I don't know. I mean,
I'm actually not really sure.
yeah. Like, I mean, how is it even possible, right? Because the temperatures outside, but there's supposed to be this like desert oasis, I guess. I don't know.
In one of the ads, in one of the commercials, they mentioned that it's like in Africa where they find this like place that's heating up, which I guess would make the most sense.
Yeah, for temperature wise, yeah, of course.
Temperature wise, Africa supposedly being like the cradle of civilization, anyways. You know, so
exactly.
Like so, literally and metaphorically, it would make sense that this new beginning is in Africa.
Yeah, that would be that'd be really cool if they did that, because that would just like bring everything like full circle, like you said, like civilization and stuff. And but yeah, we don't know if Leighton has dreamed it or like
if it was just like if he was just hallucinating after his ass whooping.
Yeah, exactly.
After he got his butt kicked, it was like trees.
Right. Yeah, the tree. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the tree was interesting. Because I mean, I feel like a lot of fantasy books and movies use trees as like symbolism, you know, of like life and
growth and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. So it's interesting that he's now hallucinating trees or envisioning trees, but his oxygen levels were really low too at that point, right?
Exactly.
So we just
maybe it was just a mirage.
We don't know. Which brings me though to what I also wrote down, because lots was happening, was is everybody trying to die? Like are they all just trying to get themselves killed?
What do you mean?
Like, you know, Leighton's like, yeah, like, you know, I'm like, I'll be over here chilling while you guys go out and check that out, you know, like you check out that noise, you check out
everyone's so willing to volunteer to get off the train and to do the thing that might get them killed.
Yeah, like Leighton and Josie, like he's like, no, you can't come. She's like, I'm coming. And he's literally telling her, but we're the only two people that can do X, Y, and Z. And she's like, oh, I don't care. We'll be fine. And
I suppose, I mean, if I'm to put myself in their position, after 8-9 years on this train, like what is the fear of death anyways, right?
Right.
Like their lives have been threatened in so many different ways.
Yeah.
And
that's true.
And death has been this close in so many different ways.
Yeah.
That like maybe they're not thinking about death. Maybe they're just thinking about the mission. Maybe they're thinking about, you know, so I don't know, but
or they're like, you know, you've got Ito Goldberg out there, Melanie, you know, Jennifer Connelly somewhere out there. They're like, what are they going to do? Kill all of us? We're the show. Like they're like,
it'll be the Z-Rex show.
Yeah, exactly. You're like pushing them out the door. You're locking it behind them.
It's like, hey, if you're out and you're out, then I'm in.
Right? You're like, I'm coming back up to the main car, to the foyer. And
I've taught myself how to drive a train.
Right.
Become a pretty decent bug cook.
I found a manual. Yeah.
Exactly.
Totally
I got
right.
this, guys. No, you guys go out there and check it out.
Go explore. Yeah, go out there and see what happens.
Yeah.
I was really nervous when I was like, all four of you are basically out there now, and I'm like, is one of you gonna not come back? And
well, that's it. I mean, I guess it was. Is that her name, Alex? Is Melanie's daughter named Alex?
I think it's Alex. Yeah,
right.
It's Alex. Yeah.
Okay, so it's her real.
I forget it too for some reason.
Yeah.
But she's a really good actress.
She's fantastic. Yeah, she's so sharp. But yeah, if anything happened to Josie and Leighton, she's literally the only person that knows how to operate that train left.
Exactly. Like so crazy. So
and on top of it, then she's the decision maker. So it's like, you guys really do need to start thinking these things through.
Right. And she's so young. I mean, I don't know, what is she supposed to be, like 20 or something? Kind of.
Yeah, she's probably like, I think 18.
Yeah. 18. So it's like a lot of like responsibility for someone that young. And you know, we can even tell in that scene when she was like trying to figure out if she should stop the train or go back or keep going, and you know, she didn't really know what to do.
Thank God for Till.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so that was a great scene. I don't know what the heck happened to Audrey. I used to really like her in season 1 when she was like singing in the club and she was like the jazz crooner, and now she's like completely gone off the rails. You know,
I really thought, like, when that started happening towards the middle / end of season 2, I really thought that it was like she was running some kind of game, you know, like, let me just try and get close to him, and
like it was an act.
He's gonna believe anybody, or if anyone has a chance of getting close to him, it's going to be Audrey.
Yeah.
But now I'm not sure anymore. Now I'm genuinely not positive. Like, did she really just flip the script like that?
Yeah, I think she's lost it. I think she's got some sort of like Stockholm syndrome thing with him, like I know they had some kind of love affair at some point, but she admitted at one point when she seemed to be like in her right mind, she admitted to how like abusive he was.
Yeah.
And now like she spent like one night with him and she was like sucked back in. And I'm like, okay, like how he's not that charming. I mean,
maybe he gives a good back rub.
Right. Hot baths.
It's those baths.
Yeah. It's not bathtub.
It's those baths, man.
I was like, what is she doing though? And literally, so the whole scene, I'm yelling. Sometimes I yell at television when I get upset. And I'm like, and they like knocked Till down underneath. And I literally was like, Audrey needs to get slapped. Like somebody needs to slap her. Yeah. And she comes out and hits her with a wrench. And I was like, finally.
Yep.
Finally, just lighting her cigarette with a taser. I was like, who are you?
What are you doing? How are you maintaining this persona? You've apparently been in prison for like 6 months.
Yeah. A prison where she's like, in a cage with like a silk bed. And I'm like, what is going on here?
I'm in prison.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, you're in the most comfortable room in the entire train. Like, how is this possible? What are you bringing?
Air conditioning in her prison cell.
Yeah, I'm like, what is she bringing to the table here? I don't get it. But I like.
I mean, she's a bargaining chip, right? They got to keep her alive because whenever it is they reconnect with Wilford, whenever that happens, right, they're going to need her as a bargaining chip. So
right, because they want to trade her for Zara.
Yeah.
Essentially, right? Who's in this another scene, just super weird. She's pregnant. The weird doctor lady, who I love as an actress, by the way. She's such a great actress. She's been on a few different shows that I've watched. But she's like with this, like, the Mr. Magoo doctor with the big glasses. And I'm like, what are they doing to her baby? Are they just like monitoring her, you think? Or do you think they're like injecting it with superhuman shit?
I have no idea, but I mean, I'm inclined to think the same thing for Zara, right? Like they probably, I mean, and they do say it. It is some of the lines in the show where they kind of assure her that they're keeping her alive as a bargaining chip kind of thing. But I have no clue. I mean, these people aren't to be trusted. Yeah. Right? Like it's been proven a few times over. Like who the hell knows what they have in store?
Yeah. I mean, look what they did to Josie.
Exactly.
They made her like into the bionic woman, and which might not be a bad thing, to be honest, because she does have
probably come in handy.
Some traits, some skills. Hands.
Don't encourage that.
Oh my god, people are gonna be like watching this and be like, "What are they talking
about?" Watch the episode, listeners and viewers.
Just watch it. Yeah. No, I'm concerned about Zara's baby and her as well. And I feel bad for her because, Leighton's like obviously really in love with Josie and she had her chance of him. But I think she still has feelings for him too. So it's like interesting little love triangle there.
Yeah.
Gotta have
it's a tricky situation.
Yeah. Now tell me about, I mean, I know you can't say much, of course, and you haven't even watched ahead. But like, in your opinion, do you think Xerac is gonna like find his family somewhere, or what do you think?
I think about that all of the time.
Okay.
And I've come up with two plausible options.
Okay.
One, he will find his family. Like he already knows where they are, but as long as they're nowhere near him, he's safe. One of those. One of those things, maybe. At some point he traded labor or traded something for their safety in third or something like that, right?
Okay.
He just hasn't had the opportunity to go find them or go see them. That's one option that I've come up with. Option number two is that he's been wrong the whole time and his family isn't on the train.
Oh, okay.
He thinks they are. Maybe there was a melee, everyone getting on. Hey, we'll get on the train and I'll meet you here. And it just never ended up happening. It's just been revolution after revolution and he hasn't really gotten it. So maybe he thinks his family is on the train, but they really aren't. Okay. So those are the two ones that I've kind of sat with him. Like either of those options is an understandable and plausible option for his family.
Yeah. Yeah, what would be interesting storyline? We can pitch this to the writers, of course.
They're all listening.
Yeah. No, we'll just pitch it. I think it'd be really interesting if like he did think that they were gone, and then like he meets somebody else and like starts to fall for them, but then his family does reappear.
But the thing is, the problem with that is that, like, wouldn't he want to be sure?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I mean, you're gonna look for bodies. I mean,
something, right?
Yeah.
It's not like they can go far. Again, we're on a train.
Yeah. No, true. There's got to be somewhere.
And trust me, like I've thought about that too. For whatever reason, I keep thinking of backstories and forward stories for Zrek and whatnot, right? But yeah, my only issue with that one is that, like, why would he allow himself to do something like that if he wasn't positive his family was no longer on the train or something like that,
That's true.
That just seems a little soap opera-y. It seems a little forced.
It is. Yeah, for sure.
Like, honey, you've been here the whole time. She's like, yeah, we made a deal. We've been in third. You said you were gonna come find us. We had a plan.
Dude, I like sent you a letter. Like, what the hell?
You didn't see the engraving in the bug bars? I've been sending them for years. Right. Yeah, you have an 18-year-old now.
Yeah. He's working with you.
Exactly, right? So that's why I think it's one of the two. Like, he just doesn't know where they are. Maybe they just keep moving, but more plausibly, now that I think about it, he's been wrong and his family's not on.
Well,
who knows?
Has he explored? I mean, I know what are the lockers where they put the bodies? What's that called again?
The drawers.
The drawers. Yeah.
The drawers.
Has he looked in every single drawer? I mean, because they could be
as far as the show goes.
Yeah, because I mean, they could be in there.
Very good point.
As well. So that would be interesting to like see him like frantically like going through the drawers.
Yeah.
He
finally gets some time to go where they're supposed to be. They're not there, and he goes to. He thinks, "Oh, fuck the drawers."
Yeah, exactly. Right. And who controls the drawers now? Is it still Wilford? Because it's on that part of the train.
Well, that doctor's not there anymore.
Right.
And the drawers are on Snowpiercer. I think Big Alice has a set of drawers, but it's not as elaborate as they are on Snowpiercer.
Okay.
So I would imagine it's still whoever is keeping an eye on them, if at all, it's still under Wilford's thumb.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think at some point, like if they can overpower Wilford, that's like the first thing you think you would do, right? Is start going through the drawers and like waking people up. Let's get rid of him.
Poison berry. Give him some rat weed.
I mean, Game of Thrones got rid of him pretty quick.
And I think that's why we haven't. I think we're trying to break the mold as to what to do with Sean Bean.
I know. I love Sean Bean. He's such a good actor. He's so good that you actually are like terrified of him. That he embodies that role. Like I couldn't imagine anybody else playing him. Playing that character.
He's absolutely perfect for it.
Yeah. No, he's so good.
He's perfect for it. Him, or it would have been really cool if somehow they got Ed Harris from the movie to like recapture the role. That would have been cool too. But
he's
Sean
another
Bean,
one. Ed Harris, did such a good job in Westworld. Like that same, he just is that same type of actor where he just like you get scared of him, like you believe that he is that character.
Oh yeah.
So that would have been
cold, dead eyes.
Yeah. That like nondescript sort of delivery of just nothing behind the expression.
Angry old white guy. Is there anything more dangerous?
Right. Totally agree. Oh my god. And there's so many of them.
What? Nah. Huh?
No. Mm-mm. Did I say that out loud?
They're everywhere.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna stop before I get myself in trouble.
On to the next.
My next thing was Wilford as the devil. So That was
I
what
mean,
saw.
we practically covered that.
We did. And we don't know where Melanie is, so she could be dead. I don't think she is, because it's Jennifer Connelly. And I know that's not like, I know it's hard to like imagine it when it's a big build actor, and they're still talking about her like she's on the show. So
yeah, we're definitely going to need some closure on that. Whichever way it slides, we're going to need to know what happens with her.
Yeah, exactly. So so it's interesting because she's literally not been on. I mean, how many episodes did she miss? I mean, she's still getting paid for this.
I'm not the accountant. I have no idea.
I know. I was wondering.
I'm sure they gave her like a lump sum of money, and
they're
just
like,
well,
and you will not have to act. No, I'm just like, where is she?
No idea. Let's see. Yeah, I didn't see her at all shooting season 3. I didn't see her once.
Okay. And I'm trying to remember like the last scene I saw her in. She was like in this, she's obviously off the train. She was in that kind of room. She was trying to keep herself alive. She was trying to find food.
Was there an episode after the one where she found the rats?
Oh, I don't think
that might have been it, because there was that episode where she was like hallucinating everyone. Like she was hallucinating Javi and even Wilford and Leighton there. And I think that was the same episode where she found like that hot pocket of like rats and stuff.
That's right.
That might have been the last episode.
So interesting.
To see her in. I personally, now this isn't to say that she wasn't on set, because I'm not on set every day.
Right.
But I don't have a recollection of bumping into her or seeing her at all shooting season 3. So I really like, I actually, I know I've been kind of tongue in cheeking you, but on this one, I'm actually not.
You're
sure.
You're like, I really don't know.
I really don't know.
You're like, I did not have lunch with her. So
you'd be surprised how little she invites me to lunch.
Yeah. No craft service table.
Hey Jen, you want to? No, okay, gotcha.
I thought you two were like besties.
Yeah. Besties is a term, it's overrated.
Oh my God. I'm sure she probably just eats alone. I mean, I don't know. She probably like, that's like her zen, like her moment of like,
honestly, I need to. We're not shooting. I have no idea where they take her.
She's like, maybe she's method,
Yeah.
Exactly. Super method. She's like, leave me in the snow.
Yeah. In Vancouver.
Right. Exactly. She's like built a little cave.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's still there, just waiting. But that's interesting. And now your set's a closed set, right? As far as like, you don't have to worry about like, how some shows have like paparazzi, like trying to like take photos and stuff like that.
Paparazzi or anything like that. Yeah.
People
we've got pretty locked down rules about like phones and stuff and taking pictures and whatnot.
Nice.
Like we do our best not to take pictures in wardrobe until like towards the end of the season and stuff like that. Just to be safe. But yeah, we're in a closed set, closed studio. Nice. So no one's getting in. Our security guys are top notch.
Good. Yeah, because I've heard there's certain shows where, because they're such at like high risk for people like seeing something, that they actually film scenes that are like fake.
Yeah.
To throw people off. I always think that's interesting.
But I think that's because they're well, I mean that's that Marvel shit, right? Like
and Sex and the City does that too, because they film outside in New York. So they film like fake stuff to like throw people off. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't really have to do that. There's no one who's around doesn't get to know what's actually going on.
Right. That's funny. Okay, well that's cool. So
yeah, there was like like my agent wanted to come visit the set once, and it's like there was so many hoops to jump through even to get like my agent to come and visit the set. Yeah. So they're pretty tight with that.
Yeah, he's like, never mind, it's good.
It's no, just go to work.
Yeah, he's like, I'll let you do your thing. And that's awesome. Well, now you guys got renewed for season 4 already, right?
Yeah.
So, and that was pretty early announced, I want to say, right?
When was it? I think we were just about done season 3 when I got the email. And I was just like,
that's so cool.
What?
Yeah.
All right. It's cool.
That's such a cool, like, it's a good sign when like the season hasn't even aired and they're already like renewing you for the next one.
Hey, yeah, for sure.
You
And
know?
they wouldn't do it if they didn't have like faith in the writers and the producers that they would come up with something good, right?
Yeah. And the ratings, obviously had been super, super high for season 2.
And my parts.
And your parts, especially. Yeah, exactly. All of your parts. Yeah. People literally wrote in and were like,
we want Z-Rack. This
is why we watch. Yes.
This is why we
Exactly. Yeah. No, I know. I wanted to see more scenes with you, and I'm sure you're in a lot more as the
I mean, they've been doing really well by me as the seasons go by. They've been giving me a lot more responsibility and a lot more to work with, which has been great.
Good.
I just personally as an actor, I want them to know what I'm capable of and what I'm able to do. So in case I have got to work with somebody on another project or whatever, they know I'm their guy. So personally, like professionally, that's great for me. And as far as the story goes, I'm just really happy that I'm being included in more and more and more of what's going on,
Yeah. Well, there's so much they can do because, it is post-apocalyptic and it's sci-fi and adventure and suspense and all that good stuff. So like literally the possibilities are endless as far as like plot, like you were saying, for future seasons to be already renewed. And there's just so many different things you could go in so many different directions, which I think, I don't know, we'll see what happens.
You know what I'm like? Come on, guys. You gotta. You know what I'm hoping for? Origin story season.
Oh, yes.
Did you watch Orange is the New Black?
I have not gotten around to that yet. It is on my list.
No problem.
But I know a few shows that
seasons. They do about 3 or 4 seasons, and then they go back and they have a season where they just show you how everyone ended up in prison.
Oh,
right?
Wow. Oh, that's cool.
I don't know. Maybe they did it because they had no idea how to move the story forward in time or whatever. Yeah. I think at this point, it would be a really cool idea to visit like everybody's individual stories.
Mm-hmm. That's such a great idea.
Of course, I'm saying that selfishly because
of course.
I want my own episode.
No, of course.
But yeah,
as you should get. Cool? Yeah. I think that's such a cool. I like when shows do that. Actually, I think Lost did that. Like they showed kind of who they were, before the plane, and Walking Dead does that a lot too. Like they are always showing people before the zombie.
And we don't have to not move the story forward at all. But 80% backstory, 20, and then you bring it back to today, and that'd be cool.
Well, and it explains, like, it gives insight into like character motivations too. If you see like who they were before. Because so the year is it's current times, or is it super future, like 20? Do you know what the year is?
It's they don't mention what the year is, but they do mention it's in the future. But I mean, the future is now, and I don't mean that cornily, but who, like, this could be happening, give
oh my
in
God,
the next
tell
10
me about
years,
it.
this very much could be a thing.
Anything is possible at this point. I mean, the last 2 years have shown us that.
You anymore.
I mean, if you'd asked me, 3 years ago that we'd be in a, where we're at right now, I'd been like, what? You crazy.
So, who knows? I don't think it's like 2001, but I don't think it's taking place any later than 2030.
Okay. So it's not like
2022, sorry. But I don't think it's taking place any further than like the end of this decade.
Okay. And I'm wondering like how far they'll push like sort of like that sci-fi technology stuff, because you could bring in aliens. I mean,
frost aliens.
Yeah,
like the planet is finally a temperature we can inhabit.
Snowmen, psycho snowmen. Like, I mean, literally you could have a whole group of people that have like
machine guns.
Totally have been acclimating icicle machine guns.
Just shoot icicles.
Exactly. You never know. They could have been acclimating this whole time, conditioning themselves, just hiding in the snow.
I'm going to send a copy of this to our writers room and just I'm going to help them out. All right, guys, just hear me out.
This is
snowmen, ice machine guns.
Yeah, I mean, this is good stuff.
Aliens.
You can't miss this. I mean, come on. This is hive mind stuff right now.
Oh my gosh. Me and Melissa, we've come together and we've
Yep.
You don't need to thank us, but
Nope.
we've written the entire season for you.
We've done it all for you. It's fine. You know, you could proof it a little bit if you need to, but yeah, no, we've got it figured out.
Oh my God.
Oh,
It
yeah.
would kill me so quickly.
God. Oh God. They'd be like, you're never going on her show again.
Yeah. The running joke is like, anytime you think you're going to be off, it's like you open up the script, is like, and then Zrek opens a window for some reason.
Sticks both his arms out.
Yeah. Like, oh man, who left this window open? And that was the end of Zrek.
You're like, wait, where's the rest of my script? The anxiety. I can't even imagine. Like, you have, you know, the stress and anxiety of being on shows like those.
I worry
finishes.
about it all the time. I mean, this
Yeah.
show is like a life changer for me, you know. So it's just
Yeah.
like, especially now, you know, like especially now that we've got 3 in the bag, 4 on the go. It's like I got to start thinking about what comes next.
Yeah,
know?
for sure.
Just
you
in
know.
case.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, you got to
Yeah.
build that IMDb page up, you know.
Exactly.
Like, and
The
you know,
Zrek Chronicles.
totally. You're gonna have like your own podcast and
I just do everything as him.
Yeah, exactly. Just never break character.
Zrek grocery shopping service.
Order coffee, like write Zrek on the cup, you know, when you go to Starbucks.
What's your name? Zrek.
Yeah. Mhm.
Zrek? Got it.
They're like, who? Well,
You know,
but-
Starbucks would still get it wrong.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Well, and you know, they have bad coffee, so don't go there anyway. But you are doing other stuff though, besides Snowpiercer. I saw you in the Netflix movie, which was what was a Love Hard? Was that
Love
it?
Hard.
Love Hard,
Yeah.
Love Hard, yeah. With Nina Dobrov and a whole slew of other well-known people.
Nina Dobrov, Darren Barnett,
Mhm.
and from Never Have I Ever, and Jimmy Yang. Is that his name?
Jimmy Yang. Yeah, it sounds
Jimmy O Yang?
right. I can
Jimmy O
look it up.
Yang or Jimmy Yang?
Let me
Yeah,
look it
Jimmy
up.
Yang.
I'm looking it up. Yeah.
He was on Silicon Valley, and
Yes, that was a good show. Yeah, it was a good movie, and it was a funny movie.
yeah.
Love Hard?
Watch it.
No, Love Hard. Love Hard? You didn't watch
Yeah,
Love Hard?
I didn't watch it.
Jimmy O Yang. That's it. Sorry, I had to look it up.
Alright,
It was gonna
yeah.
bug me. You didn't watch it when it came
I
out?
didn't watch it for no other reason than like if I wasn't in it, it wouldn't be something I would watch.
Okay, it's not your
You
style.
know, like
Yeah.
not really my vibe. It's just like, oh well, I wonder how this one ends. You know,
It's a rom-com. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
You're not a rom-com guy.
I mean, I'll take a rom com, but that one just didn't. I was like, nah, that one's not for me.
Yeah. No, I mean, I actually I like Nina Dobrov, and of course I knew you were in it, so I was like, okay,
Yeah.
let me watch it so I can support you. Yeah, and check it out. And but the scene you were in was really funny, like the whole karaoke.
I'm the mountain out of a molehill guy.
Yeah, exactly.
That was my day. That was the day I got to do a little shine. I get to be Kwasi a little bit, so I hammed it up on that one. I'm glad it worked out because I wasn't really sure if they were going to keep a lot of that in, but
Yeah, no, it was funny. It was really good because she's like, you know, for those who haven't seen it, she's basically having like an allergic reaction and her face starts, you know, blowing up. And as we know, she's a gorgeous girl and she's thinking like, oh, I'm going to get up and do this sexy karaoke thing for this hot guy that I'm, you know, sitting there with all his friends. And they're just laughing, but like, so like, just kind of like impressed that she's, you know, still going, and they don't realize that she's
that was a lot of work for her, that scene, because I mean, you know, she had to do that dance like 10 times.
Oh my God, poor thing.
They really put her to work that day, so it was good. It was good to be able to kind of help her out with the comedic relief on that one, and just get to do my thing, because I'm kind of just like a side guy for the most of my time on that film. But yeah, hey, you give me one scene. Give me one scene and I'll do my thing, man.
You'll try to steal it. Yep.
Yeah, I will try to steal it.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's funny. I enjoyed the movie. I do like rom-coms, and like you said, they are like super predictable, and sometimes
that's what Christmas is all about, right?
The whole, like all the Hallmark kind of movies that come out at Christmas, and some are good, some are really bad. You're like, how did this get made? But no, I liked Love Heart. I thought it was cute, but yeah, it was predictable and sometimes unbelievable because I'm like, he's a cool guy, he's a good actor, and he's funny, but he just looks so young to me. Like I thought he was like 12.
He's a scrawny guy, like he's in good shape and everything, but he's a scrawny, wiry guy,
Yeah, and she looks her age, and I was like thinking, wow, they look like she's babysitting him.
It's like 12-year-old with a goatee.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much. But no, that was funny. And then you did another movie that I'm gonna probably say, I almost said it wrong. Oh, I almost said cluster funk. Yeah,
Cluster Funk Christmas.
Cluster Funk Christmas.
That was the one.
Yeah,
that was the one.
And I need to see that. So I have not watched it yet because I can't find out where is it streaming. Tell everybody now.
It was on it's on Comedy Central.
Oh, okay.
And in Canada we have Crave, which kind of has like HBO Max and a bunch of other like networks all kind of clumped into one thing, right? So we have it on Crave on demand, but it's distributed by Comedy Central, so you should be able to find it like if there's some kind of on demand service.
Sometimes Hulu gets Comedy Central stuff. I'll have to check Hulu.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's on Amazon Prime to like buy or rent or something like that too.
For sure. Yeah. It's definitely still out there. And that was, first of all, that was so fun to work on.
Yeah.
I mean, Anna Gasteyer and Rachel Dratch. Are you kidding me?
Unbelievable. I saw you post that photo and I was like, what the hell? You're standing between two of the funniest people on earth. Not that you're not. You're funny too.
You know what? I'll take a loss next to those two women. I know where I stand next to those two. But it was really validating doing things on set and making them laugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, I know how to do this.
Right. I'm funny. I really am.
Yeah, man. That was
that's so cool.
That was really, really fun.
What's that movie about?
Well, the thing is, that movie is a spoof, right? It makes fun of all the Hallmark movies, Hallmark tropes, and they nail every single one of the tropes. City girl goes to small town, meets small town hunk, blah 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 blah.
Yes,
melee, but it's all like in the vein of like this SNL comedy, right?
Okay.
And it was Rachel and Anna that wrote it.
Oh, cool.
So
it's gonna be good.
Oh man, they just nail everything. And my character, without giving too much away, my character is married to an Asian woman, and Sharon, by the way, just the most wonderful human, nice. Sharon Crandall. And so we're a married couple, and we run a kiosk in the town of Clusterfunk. Right?
Okay.
And it's a trick, like we sell trinkets and antiques and stuff like that,
Okay.
And the name of our shop was Colorful Representation. But as in like colorful representation. But they use that to bring up the fact that you watch any one of these Hallmark movies and it's just as white as the day is long, right?
Yep.
So when our lead character meets us, we're like, hi, we're Colorful Representation, and that like freaks her out.
Oh my God, I love this. I have to watch this.
Oh, you got to get into it. Oh my God, I find it. That movie was so... again, didn't read the script, read my parts, had no idea what was going on. I just knew that, the parts that I were even really funny and stuff like that. We all got together, like the main cast and everything. We all got together to watch it when it aired.
Oh,
but
cool.
they had all read the script, right? They had all read the script. They all knew what was going on. I was the only one that had no idea.
Wow.
And I was on the floor. Like everyone was looking at me like, you didn't know that was going to happen?
You're like, no. You're like rolling.
I'm losing my breath laughing at this stuff, right? And everyone's just like, oh, well, I wrote the script. I'm an actor. I'm like,
You're like, no, I wanted to be surprised.
Oh, man. I wanted this moment to happen. Man, I enjoyed that movie. I probably watched it like 4 times with like 4 different groups of friends.
That's so fun. I know. I want to see it because I love them. And I haven't seen anything with them, in a while. And I'm missing like their old like SNL days and just that style of humor.
They've been working on that for a little while, man. It was it was really fun. Like one of the coolest things was just to watch how much those two make each other giggle.
Yeah.
throughout the day. So because there's super long days. Plus, we were filming it in the middle of a freaking heat wave.
Oh wow.
Right?
And it's supposed to be like snowing though in the movie, right? Isn't it?
Yeah,
It's like Christmas white Christmas movie. Yeah.
It's always Christmas.
It's always, yeah. Snow globe.
But it was like I mean, I guess in Fahrenheit it'd be like it must have been like 120 in Fahrenheit. God. It was like 40 degrees, somewhere between 40 and 45 degrees Celsius in Canada. So and we're in parkas,
yeah, beanies,
and we're trying to keep the fake snow from melting. It was really, really tough to shoot, just like comfort level wise and temperature wise. And, there was like one little issue with the crew because they're like, our equipment is going to catch on fire.
It's melting.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But we made it happen, man. Well, everybody. It was just
did they direct it too, or did they wrote it?
So there was I can't remember her last name, but our director was also named Anna. But she was great. She was a badass, man. But
nice.
I think Anna, our director, had actually worked with several actual Hallmark productions.
Okay.
Which is why like it was really good to have her there, because even though we were making fun of the whole process, making fun of the whole like storyline, it was good to have someone who actually, like, one of those you can't break the rules unless you know them.
Yeah, because she has that experience, so she can say, "Oh, this is what they would do authentically." Yeah,
this joke won't work because this wouldn't actually happen in an actual Hallmark.
Right.
But no, she kept us all in line. She was a badass. I really liked her.
That's cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yay. Well, I'm happy for you that you got to
the helm of that one, actually.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I'm glad you got to have that experience too. It's such a cool, like, as an actor, I'm sure you have like a bucket list of people you want to work with, and
yes,
that's pretty high.
I didn't even know they were in my bucket list, but
yeah, you're like, but now,
For
definitely
sure. Put them in and then check it off right away.
Right. That's so cool.
It was really, really cool, man. And they're so receptive. It's just like, because I'm also a comedian. I'm also a stand-up comedian, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like, if I think of something, or if something I don't think is like, do I tell them? Do I share my comedic prowess with these two legends?
Yeah.
And one time something was happening, and actually, you know what? At the beginning of that scene I was just telling you about, right, where we introduce ourselves as colorful representation, one of the background actors was a black dude, right?
Yeah.
And right before they called action, I was like, guys! Like, I just, like, comedy brain took over, and I couldn't. I was like, all right, you know what? I'm willing to get my ass kicked over this one. But it's like, we can't tell this joke and have another black person.
Oh, in the scene, yeah. Kind of negates the whole
exactly
joke. And the punchline.
I did any of that, I was like, look, I don't know what the guy's name was. Like, look, man, I'm about to say some shit. This isn't about you. I don't know who you are. It doesn't matter. Whatever's about to happen next is not about you, but I'm sorry, guys. He can't be here.
You're like, oh my god, there's so many things that I could touch on with this. So funny,
guys. This isn't gonna work.
If we need representation, but not right now.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? When it was all said and done, and they changed and switched them out for somebody else, I got one of these.
Yeah. Oh, you got
one of these from Anna from a quick. I was just like,
that's awesome.
Did I save the movie?
She's like, good catch. Yeah.
Did I save the movie?
Oh, that's so cute. I love it. That's really funny though. Like literally, like the poor guy. Like, did you talk to him again ever? Or
I didn't see him again.
He was just like cried and went home.
I think they just paid him for his day and sent him home.
His big break. No. Got cut. No.
It's like, look, man, I'm about to ruin your career.
Right.
But you're about to ruin my scene.
You're like, get the hell out of the frame.
Come on.
Oh gosh. Next thing, the article comes out about your demands and your diva. No. Okay.
Self-hating black actor Kwasi Thomas.
Oh my god. Well, to be fair, like, he probably wouldn't have even been seen. My sister did some background work, and we couldn't see her. She was like, I'm there if you kind of pause it for like a second. It was like this blur. I could see like her eyes. Like one eye and her nose. Yeah, it was on one of those well, I couldn't
CBS
shows. Yeah.
I couldn't risk it.
I know, you're right. No, I'm fully behind that. Your joke would have been sacrificed. The
The whole
punchline.
time it just would have been like, I guess he's colorful representation as well.
Right? Well, you could have, yeah. But then you'd be like rewriting the script, and
No, I saved the movie.
you did. You totally saved the movie.
Saved the movie.
I'm gonna probably laugh harder when I get to that scene now.
You gotta watch it. I hope you find it.
Oh,
When
I
you
will find it tonight.
Let me know.
Yeah, I'm gonna
You
look
gotta
for it.
watch it. It's so funny. It's
Yeah.
so funny.
No, I'm going to. And speaking of a stand-up comedy, I gotta tell, everyone that's listening about your album that you have out. Yeah. Stand-up comedy, music, theatrical release. It's so good.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's
Thank
so
you.
good. Yes.
I thought as far as the comedy goes, I felt instead of like doing one set, which a lot of comedy albums are, it's just jokes from one place. I bring people around the city, bring people around my career. So there's sets in it from a few years ago all the way up to like last June and stuff like that. And there's sets where there's 100 people in the audience, 300 people, 4 people, all of the ways that comedy can happen. There's one online show, a piece from an online show that I do. As far as the music goes,
so good.
Wanted to kick it old school,
So good. Yeah. And I thank you again for inviting me to your launch party. That was a lot of fun. And yeah, it was like the music was so good. And being in the pandemic, everything, being on Zoom and stuff, I was like, okay, how's it gonna do a launch party like with all these people? But it just was so well done.
Cool, right?
Yeah, it was really exciting. I felt like I was literally like in a club or in a comedy place.
Shout out to Rodney Ramsey and Daniel Woodrow, who kind of put together the underground comedy online atmosphere for that, because they do shows, they do comedy shows using that platform. And I was like, hey, you guys want to use that platform for this launch party? It'd be so much simpler and stuff like that. And you get as many people as you want in it,
Yeah, that was fun. The music was so
I'm
good.
glad you liked it, man. I had it was very much a 2020 unload. As far as the music goes, like the comedy sort of existed already, like the bits and stuff existed already. Yeah. So I sort of wrote songs in relation to the comedy bits, but it was very much a passion project of like just letting go of all of the crap that I've been holding on to from 2020 and early 2021 and stuff like that,
Yeah, with all the stuff happening. Yeah. So much stuff. Now, have you, because last time we talked, I knew you've been into comedy for a really long time, but I did not know until you told me about this album that you were, rapping and doing music. So like, have you been doing that a long time too?
I've been rapping for a long time, but like with my friends on the corner, or like my buddy's backyard, we'll smoke a joint and we'll, I'll say a sentence, he'll rhyme it, then I'll rhyme that and stuff, so I have been rapping and I have recorded a few times before, but like never anything serious and never anything that I was like willing to share with anyone other than like close friends and stuff like that, right? But this was definitely a project that the end result was to finish it and to put it on the platforms so people can find it if they're looking for it, if they come across it or whatnot. So this is the first time where everything, because also like I tried to do a comedy album a few times in the past as well, and it just never really panned out. It never felt organic. It never felt unique enough. It never felt different enough for me. And I was like, everybody's album, like God bless my comedy brothers and sisters, I'm not talking shit here, but the album is pretty much just one set at one place.
Yeah, they're all the same.
It's a lot of them, same idea. And I'm allergic to doing things the same way as everybody else, right? And the idea of a hybrid album had been bouncing around my head for years and years and years, but I suppose I just needed a 2020 to happen, because that's when like writing, because it's one thing to write verses or write a song or kick a freestyle, but to write actual songs, like cohesive songs, you need the material, you need the experience, you got to have like the whole thing kind of in your mind, right? It was just a matter of like me having the money to put into it, me having the time to put into it, and having the material to add to the comedy that already existed. And all of that finally aligned.
Nice. Yeah. This was meant to be. Yeah. And you had a good producer too. Like,
yeah, Jamie McDonald, aka MD. He produced the whole thing and arranged everything for me. And he like our game plan was like, we're gonna meet up once a week, right? We're not gonna work any less than 4 hours. We're not gonna work any more than 6.
Okay.
Right? We're gonna meet up once a week. And a lot of the times was me sitting there for 3-4 hours with nothing.
Oh wow. Just
just sitting there knocking
like
back
writer's block.
hoping something is gonna come out. Yeah, writer's block, or just
did he have like the beats for you already, or did you guys kind of?
There were some of them that were already ready, and as we progressed, he was still producing just beats. Like I think he makes a couple beats a day or whatever.
Okay.
You know? So we started off with a few that I had liked,
Okay.
and then I would write the song. It's like, is there anything else we could put this on? And we'd find another beat for it, stuff like that. And
cool.
Eventually we had to stop doing that because I'd still be picking beats right now.
Yeah. It's so hard. Yeah. It's hard to like focus when you got like distracted.
But yeah, no, it was a really, really simple game plan, very simple goal. You know, the goal is to finish it. We don't have a boss. No one's trying to buy this from us.
Right. No pressure.
One day a week, very realistic, 4 to 6 hours. And let's just finish it. No matter what, let us just finish this. And then the launch party, the launch party was something that we kind of came up with towards the end of production of it all. I was like, yeah, man, we got to celebrate this with my friends and stuff like that, right? Yeah.
No, I'm glad you did, because it was like, because I listened to it before you had sent me some stuff and I was expecting comedy, but then I heard like the music and the rapping and I was like, oh wait, this is totally not what I was expecting. This is awesome. So
that's
like my favorite music is hip hop. That's what I listen to. So I was like, yay.
And that's so hip hop, by the way, to anyone who's thinking about listening to it, be aware it's hip hop, not this horse shit they're passing off as rap music or whatever.
Oh my God. Can we, right? I feel like we could have an entire other episode about what's happening in the music industry. Yeah, it's not, which is why I'm really excited. Like, I don't like football. I don't really care about it, but
sports ball.
Sports ball. Yeah. But I have to say, I'm taping it because of the halftime show. Have you seen the trailer?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, this is my generation, this is what I grew up listening to. And you've got Eminem, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Mary J. Blige, and Kenric Lamar. And I'm like, this is literally going to be, I got chills when I watched.
It's going to be great. You saw the trailer for it?
Oh yeah. Yeah. They're just like, and they're all walking together on the tarmac at the end. Like they're about to just go into battle.
Like that's the music industry right there.
Yeah.
Or what it used to be.
Anyway. What it used to be. Yeah.
When it was actually music and people gave a shit about the product they were putting out.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm so excited to watch that because
because I get like I've let people like my age, I'm 39, and I've let people my age listen to it and thereabouts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I've also let at this point anyone can find it, but before it was I passed it on to some of my younger friends. I got some friends who are like 20, 22
okay,
in the comedy scene, stuff like that. And just in the name of like getting young ears on it, like this is like, I know that I have an older school vibe and I grew up with the Biggies and the Jay-Z's and the Nas, so of course that's my influence and that's what's going to come out of me, not comparing, but you know what I mean.
No, but that's what I love about it. Yeah.
But at the same time I was just like, I want to know, like, if a 20-year-old hears this, what they're going to think, right?
Right.
And the funny thing is, I get the exact same answer from 39-year-olds and from 20-year-olds. It's like, but like you just said, it's like, oh, this is the music I grew up on. This is this is that old school stuff. It sounds really good. It kind of reminds me of the so and so and so and so and so and so.
Yeah.
And coming from you and coming from another, person who is of our age range, it feels great. It feels like I've actually nailed what it is I was trying to do. But a 20-year-old will tell me the same thing. It's like, oh yeah, it sounds like stuff from the 90s.
Right. Sounds like that classic rock station.
Like old school rock. And for some reason, even though it's the exact same thing they're trying to say, it just sounds insulting.
Yeah, no, exactly. You're like, like they just slapped you. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, oh, it's just like Run DMC. Like
what my mom listens to. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I heard this in the womb. Like, oh my God.
No, it's, when I'm 42, almost 43.
Get out
And
of town.
yeah, I'll be 43 in April. Yeah,
Stop. You must moisturize.
I do. Yeah. And I don't have kids. And I think kids stress people out, and I don't have any. So just have a cat.
No lines here, viewers.
No, nope. No gray hairs either. Thank God. Knock on wood. But so I worked before the pandemic hit. I was like managing a coffee shop, right? A well-known coffee shop, like not a Starbucks, but another chain. And all of my like staff, they were, 19, 18. And they would be like, oh, yeah, how old are you? They wouldn't think I was as old as I was. And then they'd be like, oh, my mom's your age. I'm like, great. That's like amazing. Awesome. And we'd be talking, and, obviously like the lingo that I use is like, they're like, what are you talking about, old lady? Yeah. They have different slang. And then we talk about music, and they wouldn't even know they didn't know who Nas was. I mean, of course they know like Tupac, but they don't know Nas. They don't know Talib Kweli. They don't know Mos Def.
Tupac. Right?
Yeah.
They know of Tupac. They know of Biggie, but they don't know these
guys. They don't know the music. No. And then they're listening to there was this one rapper, Baby something, and they were saying it's like mumble rap. And I'm like, I don't understand what the point of is. Like, what is that? Like, you can't understand what they're saying. And to me, I thought the whole point of hip hop was to like
rap,
say a message,
kidding. You know what I mean?
Right? Yeah. It drives me insane. And it reminds me of like, I don't know, this was probably 10 years ago when Nas came out with Hip Hop is Dead.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, you thought it was dead then?
Yeah. We've burnt the remains and shat on them at this point.
Yeah. So
have you listened to any of his new stuff?
I just downloaded the album. Yeah.
Like King's Disease 2. Like, okay, I will always say that Nas is one of the best lyricists. He's never really been my favorite artist as far as like entertainment value goes.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
But Nas is Nas, right? Like,
yeah, he's one of my favorites.
Always in the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But King's Disease 2 blew me away.
Mm-hmm.
It took you 30 years. Like,
I know, because one of my favorite songs of all time is One Mic, right? Like that's like one of the best songs ever written, produced, rapped. And then he had a bunch of stuff that came out that was good. It's always good, but like you were saying, it wasn't like that same sort of give you chills type of stuff. But his recent stuff that he's just dropped is like amazing. I just got his new album, and
what the hell he's on right now, but damn, Nas is on some shit right now, man.
And I'm glad that he's still doing his thing like the way he wants to do it. Yeah.
Imagine Nas was mumble rapping. Just
No, I mean, and then what I love is when Eminem comes out, and I think would he like break the Guinness Book of World Records with the fastest rap on the planet, with Godzilla.
Murdered by.
Yeah, Godzilla.
Like these guys are like, they're putting out classic albums.
Yeah.
They've already been around for 25, 30 years, and they're putting out classic albums still.
I know. And everyone else is
come on.
I know. It amazes me too, because like Eminem still gets like they tried to like cancel him on Twitter, and everybody was like, no one's canceling Eminem, sorry.
Yeah.
Nope. It just like didn't work.
Of course not. It only works if someone is so petrified that their image will be tarnished, right?
Yeah.
That's the only thing being threatened.
Exactly.
Like you could stop buying Eminem albums and you can talk shit about him in the internet. He's not going to stop rapping.
No.
He is an MC.
Yeah.
Right?
And his true fans are not going to stop buying his music.
And not only is he an MC, but he is, in my opinion, the best MC. Mm-hmm. He's the best rapper. You're not canceling him. You can take offense to everything he says. He's not going anywhere. He's been around longer than you.
Exactly.
His music's been around longer than your sensibilities. And if you didn't cancel him on Marshall Mathers, if you didn't cancel him for the Slim Shady LP, you're not canceling him now.
Oh no. And what's funny? I think the headline on Twitter was like, Eminem they try to cancel Eminem, and Gen X just says nope.
No,
like literally no. We're just like,
we just gave you Kevin Spacey, we're good.
Yeah, you can take him, please.
Yeah. We almost lost Robin Thicke for good.
Oh my God, right?
We almost lost Robin Thicke for good, but it's like, nah.
That got hushed up pretty quick.
Yeah, you can come back, Robs. You can come back.
What happened with that? Yeah. No, I mean, just it's interesting, the music coming out right now, in hip hop and in other genres as well, like even just in regular pop rock, but
Well, it doesn't seem like any other genre is. I mean, I'm not a huge country head or anything like that. So I say this with the understanding that maybe I don't know for sure, but
I don't like country either. This is a safe space.
But I say that to say I don't see country being bastardized the way hip hop has. I don't see, rock and roll. Well, I mean, rock and roll has been getting stolen ever since day one. But you see what I'm saying? Like, for some reason, rap is what's being taken away and being mumbleized and being this and that. It's like, is it even rap anymore, right? I don't see any other genres of music going through those types of changes.
Yeah, no, you're right. And like the culture.
There's no mumble country.
No, mumble country. Can you imagine? No, if anything, I mean, a lot of country artists are trying to bring more hip hop artists onto their tracks.
Yeah.
To become more
selling. That's what's fucking selling, right?
Yeah. They want to appeal to more people, which is, that's your first clue, people. But yeah, I don't get the mumbling.
I remember a time where like if a song had a rap verse on it, they would cut that off on the radio.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Waterfalls, for example. They cut the rap, like there's still versions of radio stations that don't play the rap version of Waterfall.
Yeah, you're right.
Because, and now everybody's a rapper.
Yeah.
Everyone has rap in their album. On their
everyone does. Everybody. Yeah. I know.
It's the weirdest thing in the world. Like everyone else can rap except for rappers.
Yeah, no, you're right.
It's like, what is that?
I don't get it. I really don't. Yeah, I feel like there's so many different things we could touch on this subject.
We should do a series.
Yeah, we should. Let's do it.
Series.
Yeah, definitely. And this isn't like me trying to brag or anything like that, but I did interview Taboo from the Black Eyed Peas.
Oh,
yeah. Not that long ago. I've interviewed him twice. So he's come on because he does comic books now with his writing partner, B. Earl. And but go back and listen to the episode. We cover this hip hop issue with him, and he just, the way he says it is so eloquent, and he talks about the culture, and him and his partner are filming a hip hop documentary based on this club in LA that was really popular in the 90s or something. But yeah, so
I'll check that out for sure. Oh,
that's interesting. So cool. Yeah. So, but I definitely think we should do a series. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Just talk about music.
Yeah. Cause I mean, we could break down music. We could break down acting. We could talk about your novel.
Yes, absolutely. What? I know. Heck yeah. Oh yeah, I think people would want to listen. I'm sure.
Look at us, man. Yeah, we'll start up our own podcast.
Yeah, let's do it. Spoiler Country 2.0. No. Kenric's gonna be like, what? Kenric's gonna be like, what are you? So funny.
We have so much to tackle.
We do. Yeah, I agree. We could even I'm like, okay, the ideas are like populating now, like series wise, it's like different hip hop albums that like changed your life, things like that.
Yeah.
Like just, but that would be a good starting off point as well.
Now, all that to say, man, I'm just, no matter who it's coming from, I'm just happy that I was able to just utilize that skill set, and actually have it be true to myself. Like I know, like, I don't take it too much to heart when people, oh, you sound old, you sound like an old rapper or whatever, but it's what I like to listen to, it's
exactly
what I like to listen to. So my friends like to listen to, and people that came up in the era of what hip hop truly is, they're happy with it. So
and that's your audience. We all have an audience that's one of the things as a writer, people always say, you have to know your audience, who you're writing to. Same thing with music. And not that you can't pick up new people or younger people and all that stuff, because there are younger people that are interested in listening to different music. But I liked it because, like you said, it was nostalgic. It's the kind of like when you think of rap or hip hop, that's what I think of. That's what moves me. That's what I'm like, I want to dance to or bop my head to. Yeah, exactly. So mission accomplished.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
You even threw a little funk in there at the end.
That's right. You did. Yeah, that song is good. Yeah, the girl.
Oh man, yeah, Stephanie Davis. She came through and helped me out on that one. She's an incredible jazz musician and musical theater artist out here in Vancouver. And I was like, look, I want to do this song, and I already have a lot of it recorded, but it still sounds so anemic, and it still sounds like maybe I shouldn't be doing this.
Oh my gosh, you like just needed like a woman's voice on it. Yeah.
Help? Can you please make it sound right? She came through and did her thing. I talked about it at the launch party, but
that's right.
She came through and understood the assignment,
Yeah, she was great. I mean, she just added like you said, what you needed to kind of make that a well-rounded.
Yeah.
And it was just a fun song. Just a fun song.
Popped it up and made it so fun. And then I was like, just go buck wild at the end. Whatever it is you want to do it. She went crazy.
That's awesome. Yeah. No, and that's on iTunes, right? And Spotify.
Yeah, it's on all of them. It's on everything.
Theatrical release. Go download it now.
Release on all your platforms. Check
That's
that
right. Download it now. And and before I forget to like plug Snowpiercer too. Snowpiercer's on Mondays.
Yes.
TNT.
Mondays TNT and like midnight or midnight Eastern time, somewhere around 9:30 Pacific Standard Time is when it pops up on Netflix.
Okay. Yeah. And then as far as like timing, like I'm in California and it comes on here at like 6:00.
Okay.
So I'm guessing New York, East Coast is 9:00.
Yeah.
For that. And then
so we're in the same time zone. So but we don't have TNT out here.
That's right.
We have to wait for the Netflix drop.
That's right. Oh my gosh, Netflix. Well, that's interesting though, because like you get like Netflix is like a network there, no,
it's not a network. It's the same. Well, it's not the same programming. There's some differences between like American and Canadian Netflix.
Yeah,
but it's not a network.
Because like with Netflix here, like the Netflix I get, like Snowpiercer's not on it.
Is that right?
Yeah. It's on HBO Max.
Okay, so you guys get HBO Max out there. Well, that's probably because you get it because it airs on TNT, and TNT probably also has its own demand, and it's on HBO Max. We don't have TNT, and HBO Max seems to be some kind of like idea in Canada right now.
You're like, what is that?
Yeah, I keep seeing things like, also on HBO Max, but it's nowhere to be found. Like,
you're like, you need a satellite.
Yeah, like we have HBO, but there's no HBO Max. So
that's weird. Yeah. Do you have HBO Go?
I have no idea what that is. You just have HBO.
Because before we had HBO Max, we had HBO Go, which was like their app version, like their on-demand version, rather than just like the channel on regular cable. Yeah. And then they were like, we're getting rid of HBO Go and doing HBO Max, but it's like the same exact thing. So I don't really know like what the purpose was. They just wanted, I guess, but no, they literally made you like delete your app and like re-download a new app. So, but it looks exactly the same. So I don't get it, but that's where Snowpiercer is. Right. 2 seasons. The first 2 seasons are on HBO Max, and then the current season is on TNT on Monday night. And in Canada, it's on Netflix at midnight.
2 seasons on Netflix. 1 episode airing a week.
Right.
On Netflix.
Yes. And I think you can also probably get it on like iTunes and Amazon Prime and all those wonderful things that add to.
I don't think if something is on Netflix here, it's most likely not on Amazon here in Canada.
Okay.
Yeah. Unless it's like a feature film or something.
Mm-hmm.
But
for licensing issues. Yeah, the streaming services have me so confused right now. They're all like getting different seasons of this or that on this network. And it's funny. You asked if like Netflix is a network, and I say no technically, but I mean, of course they are now. Well, right? but you know what I meant? Like more of like a, because they're streaming versus like television. I know it's so confusing, but we'll find. If you're listening, you just Google Snowpiercer. You'll find it.
It's on the internet channel.
On the internet channel. Buy the album. Check out and we have to find the. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna mispronounce it again. clusterfunk.
Yes, Christmas clusterfunk. Tis still the season. Get that movie.
Yes. Oh, it is in my house.
There you go. There you go. You have to watch it before you take the tree down.
Oh, I will. Yeah. No, I'm gonna look it up tonight and see if I can find it. Anyways, it's always a pleasure to have you on Spoiler Country. Yeah.
Did we tackle everything?
Yeah. Let me just hit the
Spoiler. And we're back.
That's right. We are back. Back in the saddle again. Well, I hope you guys really, really enjoyed that as much as we did making it for you. And if you like what you heard and you want to hear more, you got to go check out spoilerverse.com, because at spoilerverse.com, we have a plethora of amazing directors and artists of all walks of life, and editors and writers, and oh my God, are you a lover of comic books like we are? Then there's so many amazing people from the comic book world over at spoilerverse.com, and I highly implore you to go there and check it out.
Yeah, and while you're there, you can check out all the other podcasts on our network, like Bridges and Geekdoms and Funny Book Forensics and Haphazard Adventures and Nerds from the Crypt and so many more.
Misery
we put out
Point
episodes
Radio.
all the time. Go check all of them out, and check out all of the reviews and previews and articles we have going up every single day for you, every day on spoilerverse.com for you to check out and to read and to love and to like and to comment. We have a store link. You want to help support the site? You can do it two ways. One, go to our Patreon, which is patreon.com/spoilercountry, or go to our store link in the middle of the site there and get a t-shirt, a face mask, a hoodie, something, look fly as hell, and help support the site when you do that, because we get $1 or $2. And, maybe you want to talk to us. If you do, you can do it obviously on all the socials, but if you go to scpod.us/discord, you can join our public Discord server and come chat with us all day long.
I couldn't say it better myself, dude.
There you go.
You just mouthed out a ton of information at once, and really I hope you guys enjoy what you're hearing, because we're working our butts off to bring it to you.
We are.
I guess there's only one left thing. Yeah, I'm gonna go with it. There's only one left thing left to do.
What's that?
In oceans of podcasts,
We are Cthulhu.
as Cthulhu compels you to
Open the mind.
and read more.
What's going on, everyone? Are you still looking for that perfect one-stop shop for all things pop culture? You know, that one place where you can hear hot takes about superheroes, Star Wars, video games, and more? Well, fear not. Bridging to Geekdoms is the place for you. A podcast that focuses on the current rumors, scoops, and controversies within the pop culture world. Hosted exclusively on the Spoilerverse Network, you can find us on any one of your favorite podcatching apps, YouTube, and at spoilerverse.com. So don't miss out on the excitement. Find us and subscribe now.